In the mid-19th century, when doctors prescribed tobacco for lung ailments and alcohol for good health, a woman with only a third-grade education began to speak with striking conviction about the dangers of these very habits. Her name was Ellen G. White, and her health counsel, given long before modern science could verify it, would later prove to be decades ahead of its time. The 1800s were a time of rapid industrial and medical change, yet much of what passed for medicine then was primitive and dangerous. Bloodletting, mercury, and opium were common treatments, and the concept of preventive health was almost unheard of. In this era, Ellen G. White, a co-founder of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, began to share what she described as visions and messages from God, revelations that emphasized the connection between physical health, mental clarity, and spiritual life. In June 1863, Ellen White experienced what she later described as a divine vision on health reform. She spoke of the importance of fresh air, clean water, rest, sunlight, and a balanced diet, principles that today form the foundation of modern wellness science. But she went further. She warned against smoking, alcohol, and overeating at a time when smoking was considered harmless and even beneficial. Ellen White declared that tobacco was a slow, insidious, but most malignant poison. It wasn't until more than a century later, in the 1950s and 60s, that medical research conclusively linked smoking to cancer, heart disease, and respiratory failure. Ellen White's counsel came at a time when even physicians smoked in their offices. Her insight, now supported by overwhelming scientific evidence, showed an understanding of the human body far beyond the knowledge of her time. Ellen White also warned that alcohol had damaging effects not only on the drinker but on future generations. She wrote that alcohol use by expectant mothers could harm their unborn children, a statement science would not confirm until nearly a century later with the discovery of fetal alcohol syndrome. Her claim that moral and mental decline could be transmitted through lifestyle choices anticipated what modern genetics and epigenetics now study in detail. White's teachings extended far beyond these specific warnings. She advocated plant-based diets, exercise, cleanliness, and moderation practices that medical studies today consistently associate with longer life and lower disease risk. Her influence helped inspire the founding of Loma Linda University and the Adventist Health Network, institutions now recognized for producing some of the world's longest living populations. Critics in her own time dismissed her health visions as unscientific, even fanatical, but as medical knowledge advanced, one by one, her health principles were vindicated. What had once seemed radical is now mainstream, a testament to her foresight and conviction. Ellen G. White never claimed scientific expertise, only obedience to divine instruction, and yet her writings transformed how millions view the relationship between body, mind, and spirit. Today, as science continues to affirm the wisdom of her counsel, Ellen G. White stands as a remarkable example of faith and foresight, a woman truly decades ahead of her time.